So, what is sociology? Sociology is the systematic study of human society. But what does that really mean? There's a few pieces to that definition that are important. One, we say systematic because it's not just us using our own experiences or our own opinions or belief system or values to study or make assessments about society. It is systematic, meaning that there is a process that we follow to study society, just like there's a process to follow with any other discipline, scientific discipline. So it is a science, and we follow scientific evidence and measures to make assessments about people in society. And that's the other part of it is society. What is society? Society, without going into like a crazy amount of depth there, society here means really people in groups. And it includes everything from our culture to, which includes like our language, our style of dress, our the foods we eat, our religion, so on and so forth. So sociology then is the scientific study of people. One of the things that I hear from students who are unfamiliar with sociology is that they feel like sociology is placing them into these boxes to make assumptions about them. And this is important because I can understand how it would feel that way. No one wants to hear that you fit into box A, B, and C, therefore you must be this way. But that's not at all what we're doing. What sociology does is looks at people's social characteristics, such as their social class or their family's social class or socioeconomic status, their gender, their location, their family dynamics, your race, ethnicity, language. Gosh, I could go on and on. Even like household size. We look at those bigger characteristics that are outside of someone's control, and we can make not assumptions about people, but we can say people that fit into these boxes over here are more likely or less likely to also fit in these boxes over here. For example, the college that you chose to attend often feels like a really personal decision, or at most maybe a decision made with your closest loved ones. But the decision to go to college and what college to attend, there's a lot of outside factors that play a role in that, to include where you were born. If you were born in a completely different region of the country and that's where you grew up, then choosing to go to a school in Georgia or in Alabama probably would not have happened for you. If you were born and raised in California, you probably would have chosen a school in California, right? So that's kind of a simple explanation. Your textbook goes into a lot more depth, and we are going to go into a lot more depth as we move through the class. But essentially, sociology is helping us to understand why people do the things they do, what leads people to do the things they do, in terms of the outside factors that we often have very little control over. We think so much about what we do and what we think is all us. It is all, my own individual thoughts that I've come up with on my own. But one of the best ways that it was described to me in school is that when you're born, your brain is like an empty box. And, you have basic instincts that you need to eat and things of that nature. But as you go through life, your loved ones and television, school, friends, strangers, whatever, all these things are like filling your empty box with ideas. And so when you get to be your age or my age, or even 3 or 4 years old, all the things that are in there are part of those things, part of the things that you think and do. Genetics, yes, of course. Sociology would argue that a huge portion of that is actually a result of things that you have had very little control over, and that we're completely unaware of. So it's obviously very intriguing to me. I find sociology to be almost therapeutic in a way to study and learn, because it teaches us to be objective. And of course, that means to look at other humans and ourselves without placing judgments, and just studying humans as we would study, if we study any other mammal or animal. It's hard to make a value judgment about what's right and wrong when we say that something is just a part of that animal's natural way of doing things. But we don't tend to do that with humans. We tend to make pretty harsh judgments and hold biases against one another for a wide variety of reasons. And in sociology, we are learning to strive to remove those biases and just see people as the end result of all of these outside variables that are swirling around us all the time. So I hope that made sense. I'm looking forward to getting into it more in depth with you. And yeah, I hope that helps. I'm excited to get deeper into this.